You have done well to restore the Fountains of Dirge, but they cannot shield you fully. Not with the power I now control. This is nothing more than a dream, my pupil. I can do nothing here, but I can influence things. Do you remember your fellow students? They certainly remember you. They remember how you left them to die. They died so there would be nothing holding you back. Their deaths ensured that you were properly motivated. Without you, they would still be alive.
Legendary strike.
You betrayed us!
It wasn't you.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Impressive, but this was only a dream. You will not be so fortunate tomorrow.
You're awake! It sounds like the army is on the move. They're on their way up the mountain. Sky left a few hours ago. He said he was going to see how far up the mountain they had come. We haven't heard from him since, and I'm worried.
Look, he's back!
Well, that's convenient for my nerves.
Sorry for being late. Fine, never been better. Once the bleeding stops, I'll be good as new. I went down the mountain to scout them out. I figured I could get a good estimate of how many were coming and get back here. It didn't work out like I planned. There are Lotus assassins by the score, and golems too. You didn't bury them all. They have a lot more. Imperial Army flyers in the distance, too. They'll be here soon.
Bad, bad, very bad. What are we going to do? They'll be across the main bridge in no time.
Yes, we must. The golems are not just the ones you saw before. Bigger ones, giants, siege golem.
Siege golems? Oh, I've heard of those. 30 feet tall and can throw an axe. Well, pretty darn far. I didn't have time to measure. Oh, they crush walls, too. It would be bad if they reached us. The casks I took off the Dragonfly would make short work of the bridge, though. A little fire, and whoosh, earth meets sky.
You will need someone to keep any advanced Lotus assassins away from you. I will accompany you.
No, it's too dangerous for just one person. I'll go as well.
So right here, you do need to pay attention to whose name is first, Princess or Dawnstar, because whoever's name is first is the one who will be in charge when those two are helping out Kang. I'm gonna pick Princess, because, well, why not, right?
Of course. Dawnstar, a chance to prove your worth to me. You too, Kang.
Yes, Princess.
But what about the rest of us? Why just send them? Why are we sitting here holding our... Oh, I get it. They're coming here too, aren't they?
Well, who? The Lotus Assassins? But they'd have to fly to get past the wall, and the winds are too strong.
Hundreds may die in crashes, but a few will get through. Do you really think Death's Hand minds such losses? My wounds will make me a burden if I stay at your side. I will keep guard over the temple itself. Groups landing there should be small enough for me to handle. Kang, old friend, I'd like to borrow a few of your marvelously explosive casks. I have something special in mind for any assassins who breach our line.
What? Yes, whatever you want. I have enough on my mind. During the night, I made some, reinforcements to the marvelous Dragonfly. I don't sleep much, you see, ever. Anyway, I doubt we could escape, but we can make a dent.
A short run in the flyer to take the brunt of their advance. It might be a worthwhile mission, or it might be suicide.
Well, what isn't these days? It's not necessary. I leave the decision to our illustrious leader. Yes, that's the way! I knew you'd be up for it. Off we go. Everyone be ready for our return.
Make every shot count. We'll need the help.
So this is the final required flyer mission. Well, it's not required, but it's the final chance you have to use the flyer. And we start this one with rapid fire, so we mean business, obviously. This is also one of the flyer fights that actually has a boss, so... I do not want the spread shot.
More dodging, less catching.
So even though this is like the end game flyer mission, it's still kind of easy. Yeah, fine, spread shot. They do try to trick you in this one by having some bombs come from behind, but, you know, Shrieking Fury is really, really useful for that. Shrieking Fury is useful in every one of these missions, actually. It's probably the best, just general purpose upgrade to use. Oh man, here we go. Camera zooming out. We got us a boss. Look at this thing. So this boss fires projectiles pretty much everywhere. Also, it has very slow-moving homing missiles that eventually just blow up.
Dodging, less catching.
It's very helpful, Kang. Thank you. I don't have enough power to use Consume Spirit, so he's got to survive because there's nothing to kill to get health back. Unless you have enough chi to use Consume Spirit. And there's nothing to destroy to get chi back either, so... Welp. And then we're horribly shot down by missiles. The end. Also, we get new power, even though that was the last flyer mission.
Well flown and fought. It didn't stop them, but that black eye will make them think twice about our resolve. Now, back to bringing down the bridge.
You better have enough explosives left. Dawnstar and I can't hold them off forever.
Are you sure I shouldn't just charge the main gate? They wouldn't be expecting that.
Unexpected acts are not always successful acts.
You have a narrow understanding of success in battle, bun man. Must be your small head. My fill? I have been sated from wine and battle, but never filled.
It looks like we won't have long to wait. Kang better keep his mind on his task at the bridge, or this will be a short last stand.
Wait. I sense something.
Time is better spent doing than talking.
You didn't see? One of the spirit monks was right there. He stayed behind to tell me that there were hidden treasures still left in Dirge.
I saw nothing. Are you sure you didn't hit your head when you crawled out of the Dragonfly?
Make light of it if you want, but he said that we should search Dirge. The magic that restored the temple also destroyed spells that cloaked chests hidden in the ruins. The monks used these chests to hide treasures, including powerful weapons. They didn't want them to fall into the Emperor's hands. He said that one was nearby. Maybe we can find it before we reach the bridge. Lead on.
Right, so the thing Dawnstar was talking about is actually true. There are weapons you can get. Well, a weapon. It's pretty well hidden, though. But it's kinda easy to find. Also, we get to play as Princess for a bit. She has no focus. She is just a complete scatterbrain who's just, like, lazy and uninspired and doesn't care about anything. Right, so the weapon, you should probably get that. It's down here where this fountain is. It's right over here. Now we get the blade belonging to someone named Broken Bow. Or Bow, I don't know. It's just a new sword. I guess we could check out Princess's level. Her mind is 35, yet her focus is 0. You don't really get to do anything with her except for kill things with a sword. Which we should probably start doing, because Kang is going to need some backup, because he's kind of terrible at everything and doesn't involve blowing things up. So how is Dawnstar not... How are these people not freezing their asses off? Dawnstar has no pants, Ming has no shirt. Poe is wearing, like, t-shirt and shorts.
I have to wedge the casks of dragon powder under the bridge. The Lotus assassins are sure to come up that pass any minute. Keep them from this end of the bridge. Here they come! Hold them off! I only need a minute!
Try not to break a nail, Princess.
So this part, you just have to stab dudes. So I don't know why the game is saying I can level up. Princess can't level up. I gotta level up as Ming, but I don't know why that's carrying over here. Game's just confused. So this part is really awkward, because the game doesn't really want you to use lock-on here. You can, but the game doesn't want you to do it. And also, once you start attacking, you kind of can't change direction you're moving in. But what we need to do is stop Kang from being stabbed to death for 20 seconds. Uh-oh, someone got past. Let's very slowly walk over to him. And Kang doesn't have a health bar for some reason. He just has this box that says, hey, I'm 80% closer to dead.
One of the fuses came loose. I need another minute. Or two.
You can still do area attacks and power attacks, too. Area attacks are more useful than power attacks in this part, though. Oh god, everybody's getting past. Oh god, no. No, no, turn around. And... So this is going really well. Oh, Kang is fine. He's only stabbed several times. He's fine. He can still do his thing. Like, so what if he's limping around and bleeding profusely from severe injuries? He's good. He's a god. He'll be fine.
It's done! Get away before it explodes! The fuse is a short one! But flyers don't stop at bridges. Our friends at the temple may have only gained a few minutes.
So because I did that part really well and let Kang almost die, he's limping. You actually get to see Kang's hurt animations, which you don't get to see, like, at all. You barely see Kang move, so... I was just demoing this gameplay, that's why I let him almost die.
Damn it, they've given us a few minutes already. Dangstar and the Princess did their job too well. That's better.
Just shut up and get ready.
Now that's a big one. Finally, a worthy fight.
Now we get to play as Black Whirlwind and stab things with axes. And of course, Black Whirlwind counts his kills, even though he didn't actually kill those guys. Well, things die around him, he keeps track of that. Black Whirlwind has a surprising amount of chi. I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, you want to take out that golem first. Also, Black Whirlwind pretty much kills these guys in one hit. Well, he's Black Whirlwind. What did you expect? I mean, come on. Also, who is throwing beer out? Because of course he is.
I think we should go back to the temple. And quickly, before those flyers drop more Lotus assassins.
More is good. Let them come.
But we'd be safer in the temple.
We're safer if I destroy the enemies they send. I prefer an active defense.
I got close fist points. I didn't even pick what he said. He's only a little evil. You'd think Black Whirlwind would be like maxed out. He's just like a horrible murderer who doesn't give a shit about anything, but whatever. Also, we get the Chunky Man run. I love it. Love it. Look at it. Anyway, Ho was kinda right. We actually can't, like, do anything down here. So we do have to sort of retreat a little bit.
That racket is distracting me from the cries of my enemies. Sky better have a good reason for ringing that bell. I have let no one past. Not with all their parts, at least. You go. I'm having too much fun here. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Come to my axes, all of you.
Good, you are here. The trap is set, the signal sent. It's all up to you now. No, this is something I couldn't tell you about. Please, give me a chance to explain. You'll like what I have to say, I hope. I was approached, once or twice. The Lotus Assassins offered much, even the chance of returning my daughter. But I assure you, I did not plan to betray you. You showed me that the world, my life, is not as pointless as I once thought. My daughter is long dead. Their offer only shows how desperate you have made them. I let them think I agreed, but hear me out. I couldn't risk that someone else in the group was also tempted. They might tell Death's Hand the plan was discovered. This is a chance to isolate the leader of the troops. Death's Hand thinks that he and a group of assassins will enter the temple unopposed. But I have a surprise. I set traps. Remember how I asked Kang for some of his explosive casks? The assassins will be destroyed, and Death's Hand will be yours alone. He's an arrogant one. I doubt he'd consider the possibility that my loyalty to you would be stronger than my fear of him. The bell was the signal. He'll be here. Thank you for this opportunity, by the way. I could never face Death's Hand myself, but I want to make him pay for thinking I would be so weak. Use my daughter against me, will he? Make him hurt.
Very good, Sky. You have proven a useful tool.
Guess again, you slab of rot. That should soften him up. I may not be able to fight him while I'm wounded, but at least I did this. I'll go warn the rest.
You have a better grip on your fellows than my master thought. The plight of a dead child is difficult motivation to resist. Fear is all that is needed for the masses. That is why I exist. I am the will of the Emperor. I am Death's Hand. Sun Li commands that you die. I must obey. The will of the Master guides me. The strength of the dragon empowers me. I cannot be defeated. I must obey. You know nothing about me, about what I endure. Your fists will not defeat me, not while I must obey.
Alright, it's finally time to take out Death's Hand. He actually uses a completely unique style and can take off almost half your health in one hit. But what did you expect? He's Death's Hand. So don't let Death's Hand hit you. Don't. Fortunately, with the dual axes, you actually can get Death's Hand in a loop, where you can just never stop hurting him, and he won't be able to do anything. By doing that, 3 a combo, and then you roll into him, and then you can do it again. And you can't do anything to stop this. He is completely helpless. He just doesn't understand how to defeat my tactics here. Look, if I had let him, fight me fair, he would have beaten me in 2 hits.
You refuse to see it, don't you? You must know who Death's Hand is by now, but what he is defies you, defies your skill. He is more than Sun Qin ever was. Sun Hai linked him to the stolen power of the Water Dragon, and bound him to my armor to taunt me. An unrelenting, unbeatable force that wore the face of my betrayal. Now he is mine. Do you appeal to my good nature, my conscience? There is no malice in my actions, no lust for glory. I did what had to be done. I had no choice. My brother had no restraint. A world under his heel would be chaotic and violent. I will bring order. I will ensure that everyone is safe within their roles. What foolishness is this? Death has addled your senses. You bring up memories that are mine alone to bear, and then you claim that they are false. I will not hear this. Your tongue profanes a place in my heart where no one is permitted. You are truly speaking nonsense, Dawnstar. Ridiculous. But you have no doubt. Your voice is unwavering. You believe this with all your being. You force my hand. I must picture her, unblinded by strategy or hate, and consider what it would mean if she truly were my child. I must answer, it does not matter. If I had the emotions you think I should, I would have defended her or died at her side. But her death had no real meaning to me, so neither does her life. I am forced to confess that my first feeling was not sorrow at her loss, but anger at my brother for destroying my possessions in so petty a manner. In the end, it changes nothing. I intend to make the Empire a better place. As a god, it will be a simple matter. Arise, Death's Hand! You are bound to this power, and you will not stop until this fool is dead. You have learned much about your heritage as a spirit monk, but you missed the most important lesson. They are all dead. Their skill did not save them. Do you intend to rescue Death's Hand? Perhaps you think you can appeal to his conscience, to the remnants of kin that swim in that helmet. Will you? Even if you could, I believe you would find it difficult to release so valuable a tool. Come then. Pit your will against mine. Take him if you can.
So now you have to defeat Death's Hand once again, this time to free Kin from the armor. Unfortunately, Kin does not have the same style as Death's Hand. I really wish he did. Would have been neat to play with that. Also, you can look over there and see Ming and Lee just posing. They're posing. You can still take Death's Hand out using the loop, but it's a little harder to do with the sword. The sword kind of misses and it screws up the loop. We can actually see some of Death's Hand's attacks now, because they're pretty neat. He does considerably less damage to Kin, though. So that's something.
Enough! You have cut the strings to my puppet, but you will know defeat soon enough. I grow closer to the heavens by the minute. Take this corpse. See if you can throw away such a useful tool. I will face you at the height of my power, in the heart of my empire. Your master awaits you, child.
Please, let me rest. Let my spirit finally have some peace.
So here you can release Death's Hand, or you could keep him and he becomes the final party member. That's the last question box filled in on that screen. It's Death's Hand.
Your master is diminished with my loss, even if he does not admit it. Thank you, Spirit Monk, for letting me rest.
We are victorious! But how long will this peace last?
The day already drags like an overloaded ox. Our enemies should be more efficient.
I do not shy from meaningful combat, but eliminating your boredom is not a worthwhile cause to fight for.
If there's no wine, there should be fighting. That's the way of things for a warrior.
We should not take much longer to lick our wounds, even if the victory was ours. No doubt the enemy awaits us.
A good idea. It will allow for some adjustments to the marvelous Dragonfly. The landing here was rough. I will ferry whom I can for an initial assault. Give me a few moments. We will leave at your command when my work is done.
Could we speak before we leave? I have concerns.
So as soon as we're ready to leave, we'll be doing the endgame. Final chapter. But first, we do have the chance to talk to everybody. And, well, we're gonna. I just wanted to head upstairs really quick. Hopefully you didn't want to go back inside this temple, because you can't. Doors have sealed themselves. Oh well, whatever. Nothing really in there for us anyways. So now we can talk to everybody, and that's going to take up the rest of the video, so I'll see you next time for the final episode of Jade Empire.
I have seen everything that I believe in torn apart, one after another. Hopefully it is all over soon. The sins of my family must be dealt with. Only then can the Empire regain the glory it has lost. I will make certain of it. You and I are owed that reward. There will be more. Don't let the weight of your choices cloud your vision. The power that has been unleashed cannot be handled carelessly. The fate of the Empire is at stake. You and I will make things right. I will be ready. Don't worry.
We are a long way from the farm I once called home. I never thought I would make such a journey. Your master is a formidable opponent. We cannot leave the Empire in his hands. I will help you carry that weight, but I'm not sure how much use I can be. I will stand by you. Once the corruption is excised, the Jade Empire will be a blank slate, my friend. I will be ready. Rely on it.
So many changes. The Jade Empire is not the place I once thought it was. You didn't say how Master Li reacted to the news that I am his daughter, but your silence on the subject says much by itself. He didn't believe you. I don't want to believe that yet. There is always hope. There has to be, even with all of the hard decisions we have had to make to get here. What Master Li has done is unforgivable. We have to set things right and undo the evil he has put in motion. I know, and perhaps the greatest and hardest of those is yet to come. So much is on your shoulders. I do not envy you, but I will be with you, my friend. We will make sure the Empire does not fall to the desires of a corrupted few. I know everything will be fine. You will see to it.
The boredom is always greatest before the storm. Could we poke a stick in the eye of this little squall and get moving? I always have my fists, so I'm always ready. If I lose those, I'll have bigger problems than missing a fight. Actually, better safe than sorry. Kang, make me a wine bowl I can hold with stumps.
Yours or someone else's?
Ha ha! Now that's the kind of idea I can get behind.
I tell you, I begin to miss the melodious voice of my wife. So peaceful compared to what follows you around. I look forward to the day when we can return to our simpler lives, although I doubt that will be easy for everyone. Oh, it will be easy for me. I just cock an ear to the wind and listen. Eventually the shouts of my wife will make their way to me. I hope everyone has so clear a path, and a more peaceful arrival.
Hello again. Do you want to talk to me or the Guardian? I'm better now, thanks to you. You put the other back down in a place where he can't hurt me anymore. You've done as much for me as the Guardian, and I'll never forget it, no matter what. If things here, if they turn out well, I hope someday when I'm older, we could meet and be friends again. I know that to stand by you, it won't be me. It'll be the Guardian, but my hopes go with him. This place is old. So old. There are voices in the stones, each one trying to command the others, but none of them listen. It's like they can't listen, they just can't. Their own voices is all they're left with. So long, only hearing the sound of your own voice. I don't know. They never say, they just shout.
Wo yowir apafwe ir sir sisitsu towir ok pir okir ifwir wo. Kup sir son puno su uku ir sir sisitsu towir ok. Kuka wuk takti yir wo panir nisa ir pan. Acho ikakir wo ifuro ukkwir wo. Acho ikakir wo ifuro ukkwir wo. Narawa ir kwanuk noka o piyir okir ifwir wo. Sisa ir furk newa kop kipsitir sunuk.
The Guardian says he'll be at your side when you need him.
Hello. I suppose the marvelous Dragonfly is ready. We don't have to worry about landing too many more times. Just make sure you are done talking to everyone. I lost the interior baffling, so you won't be able to hear a thing once we are in the air. Oh, no, I tend to confuse things. Yes, I know I do. This is too important for my mutterings. Besides, the decisions that are coming, they are beyond me. You are deciding the fate of an empire. My mistakes result in the occasional crater. How big a hole might you be digging, Oh, I think they know you are ready. Every eye is on you. across the whole empire, I think. We'll have to see if you are worthy of that gaze, hmm? All right, everyone in!